Low engagement on your stories. Let's talk about these story stickers hacks that are going to help boost your engagement. My name is Devona Dana, and I am the CEO of Hello Tobago. And on this page, HT Biz Island, on this channel, on this YouTube channel, HT Biz Island, I like to share Instagram marketing tips for Caribbean business owners. So this is the nightly live stream happening for the first 25 days of December. It's called Vlogmas. And I will be here live at 7 p.m. thereabouts every night to be answering Instagram marketing questions for my Caribbean businesses. So today we are continuing on the topic of stories. Stories interaction is such a major pain for business owners. They're like, no matter what I do, people not interacting with my stories. So let me walk you through some of these story stickers and how to use them for your Caribbean businesses. If you're joining me on YouTube, go ahead and like this video. Make sure that you are subscribed and comment I subscribed underneath so that I could give you a warm Biz Island welcome. And if you're joining me on Instagram, here's what I need you to do. I need you to go ahead and share this live. Let everybody know that we're live inside here and somebody's answering Caribbean business owners questions about using Instagram for business. And if you're watching this on the replay, let me thank you now. Thank you so much. Comment down below replay so that I know that you're here and that I could comment under your comment too, right? Hey, handmaid sons, how you doing? Divina, how you doing? How you doing? Have a seat. Come on in as usual. Make sure the pen and paper ready because you know your girl have the tea. But before let's start, give me some hearts and make sure you share this with a few Caribbean business owners. Let them know that things happening in here. And yes, I love my heart. Ooh, I enjoying it. Okay. So listen, people. Okay. We are now heading into this stories thing, right? So yesterday I gave you all how to create stories that your viewers and followers will just love, right? And there was a very awesome tip. All right. Okay. Thank you, baby. So you have a little interruption, but it's live. You know how it does go, right? So yeah. So I gave you all yesterday. Yesterday we talked about that. We talked about how to make these viewers and followers crave these stories, how to make these stories craveable, right? Now, as a business owner, you need to be creating your stories and, making sure that you're on point with your story. So if you have not yet checked out that video, make sure after this is done, you check that out when we are through. All right. And of course, that is after you save this live because you know what? The tea is hot and piping and you're going to make sure you want to refer to this from time to time and get the info. So, all right. Without further ado, let's get into this stuff. Now, there are a few things that I want you to not be afraid of when it comes to stories. So there are 3 things. Those 3 things are use your face in stories. I know you're done scared to put all your face on the timeline already, but don't be afraid to use your face in stories. Remember, stories disappear after 24 hours. So no need to fear. No need to fear. Let go of the fear, right? The second thing is don't be afraid to use 1-minute videos that would be of value to your audience. Now, we've talked about this. What is of value to the audience? And you always have to go back to what are the 3 things that people are coming onto this app for? And what are they? Motivation, education, entertainment. So you always don't be afraid to be posting 1-minute videos that are about those things within your industry. The third thing that I need to tell you about stories, people, is keep it simple. Keep things simple. I know a lot of times they just want to put up these flyers with a whole set of information on it and you need to do this and that. Simplify it for these people. People don't have time to be getting, as soon as people see that there's so much information on something, you know what they just do? Yeah, snip. They just swipe to the next one. They don't want to get into the nitty-gritty of all of that. So make it simple and make it inviting, right? So those are the three things that I want you to kind of have in mind when you're thinking about what should I post on these stories, boy? What to put inside here, boy? Right? Okay. Now, before we continue, does everybody in here know where to find these story stickers? Let me deal with that before we start so that we're all on the same page, right? When you have decided what it is you want to post in your stories, so you're in your Instagram and you know what you want to post, you have your picture or your video, whatever, right? So you load that up onto the story. What should happen is that there should be an X at the top and there should be about 6 logos or icons at the top on the right hand side, right? These 6 icons that you have up here, the one that we're dealing with today is the stickers, and that one is a face, right? That is within a square with a little peel off kind of thing to the bottom corner of it, right? It almost looks like a square that you could pull up and peel up, right? So it's supposed to represent stickers, right? Now, once you tap on that, a whole new world will be opened up to you. You'll be like, what? All this excitement here and I never know about it? Yes, right? So all of this excitement. So let's walk through some of the excitement and let me drop some tea on how business owners should be using these, all right? Okay, so the first one is location. And this is a big one that many Caribbean business owners just completely omit, don't even look at. Your leaders just be thinking, okay, well why have to tell Jamaicans that I think, yeah, ignore that. Why have to tell them Trini people, ignore that, right? But I'm telling you right now, never post a story without tapping on locations. One of the reasons I'm able to reach people all over the Caribbean and reach communities of Caribbean people like in the UK and the US is because of this sticker right here. Okay? So listen me. No Caribbean person should be posting to their stories without tapping this location sticker and putting in a location there, right? If you ain't doing it just don't make sense. Don't even bother posting. Don't even bother posting. Remember, this is your best opportunity to not pay Instagram, right? But still get in front of new eyes and new people. I don't care if everybody on your island know that you have this business. Still make sure you tap your location. Okay? Here's another tip, right? Do not waste the location by just putting your whole entire country. I promise you, you're not going to be getting what you think you want to get from doing that, right? The better way to do this is to do what? Go deeper. You know, as I always tell you, go deep, avoid wide, right? So, is there a popular building on your island? Is there a place where plenty people just hang out, right? Or is there a place that people always interested to know what's going on? And that could be something like a mall. It could be something like the market, right? Or it could even be a village or an area or the town center where everybody is kind of gathered, right? Yes, I know now we non-gathering times and social distancing time, but people that still have to wait for transport in particular places, right? There may be a place that has a lot of Wi-Fi, like for instance in Tobago, there's Port Mall and they have free Wi-Fi there. So you know you're going to get a lot of people on their phones, right? So you want to be posting to these places, these locations that are hubs of activity whenever you are posting your stories, right? So whatever building or place always have plenty people, that is where you want to be, tapping that location icon and making sure that these people know that you exist. All right. Number 2, right? So the second sticker is at mention. Now, this is probably one of the most abused stickers inside here. And how do I know it's abused? Because a little be tagging me in all their things and I know that it is abused, right? So the at mention is so that you could tag another account and basically say, hey, look at this thing here, check it out, right? Now, you don't just want to mention people all willy-nilly, okay? So here's how I use mentions. Firstly, I like to mention people who are original creators of content. So let's say I find a video of, let me say, Will Smith talking about some kind of motivational thing. I may tag him in there. No, you might be saying like, he don't have time for that. He might even repost your thing wherever. He might just say wherever. He might. But what I have found is that many people, and this is, listen, and this is, you're going to find this everywhere. People's most favorite topic is usually themselves, right? So when you're like, oh, look at this, check out this stuff from Will Smith, oh, I love this Will Smith, this thing was on fire, or wherever you decide to write, right? So it may be somebody in your industry who is like the mother or the god in your industry, right? Let's see. And so you tag that person. They usually love the adoration, love when people's like, oh yeah, oh my God, it's so great, right? So you're stroking egos a little bit. And why are you doing that? Because if in the off chance that they repost your stuff to their millions of followers, I'm telling you, it can work wonders. I did this the other day with Super Scent because I was talking, she had, oh, well, I didn't know the color of this page is the yellow, right? So Madam had face up herself in a yellow outfit, right? She'd look bomb. So I was like, oh my God. Like, I was like, yes, girl. Yes, queen. You're looking lovely in the yellow. And I posted it in stories and I tagged her in it. She reposted it because I was like, why is my phone? Why so many people following? Like it seemed like a lot of people following the page today. I was like, what happened? Then I realized that she had reposted it to her stories. So at mention, use it when there's an original creator of the content, or there's somebody in your industry that you kind of want to get the attention of, and they have created some piece of content. You post it to your stories. You use the at mention like that, right? Okay. So sometimes I may use the at mention if I see a piece of content that would be beneficial to one of my followers. So y'all know most of the people following my pages are Caribbean businesswomen or Caribbean businesses, right? So if let's say one of the people following, I know they are into cakes and they post cake tutorials. I might say, hey, at so and so, check out this tutorial. I think it would be really awesome for your tribe, right? So then they now could check it out and probably repost it for their people. Hey, Sus Catering, how you doing? Make sure you're sending this live out to 10, 20,000 other people. Let them know that somebody on a Saturday night is answering Instagram marketing questions for Caribbean business owners. Okay. Right? Sometimes I would even probably put up a joke that I know would resonate with some of my followers, right? So there may be something that I'm like, you know what, this could be real entertaining. I know that the makeup artists on my page are gonna really enjoy this. So I may tag them in that, right? So number 3, the third sticker that you have to be checking out, people, and this is one of the ones that this is a have to mount to bust, bound to must, right? The hashtag sticker. People, this one is like location. You have to promise me. You need to never ever post anything to your stories without the hashtag attached. And if you all will remember correctly, right, this is what I said to you all when we were talking about the hashtag commandments. Nothing gets posted without a hashtag attached. And if you haven't checked out my hashtag commandments, which is intellectual property that me me come up with, when I say me come up, I mean I come up with that, right? Nobody didn't tell me about this. I come up with that. You need to check out that video, the hashtag commandments. It goes deep. It is the starting point for business owners when it comes to using Instagram for business and using hashtags for business, right? So similar to that hashtag, we're talking about stories as well. Make sure that you are putting a hashtag in your stories every time, right? Now, here are some hacks to go with that. One is you want to use the hashtags that have no more than 800 100,000 posts underneath them. So what does this say to you? This means that you need to be very clear on your hashtag research before you even start going into stories and saying, let me tag something inside, let me put any old hashtag. You want to check it out, make sure that the hashtag has a good, a nice little 500K, 800K inside there when you are posting to it, because those are the ones that have a lot of eyes on it. Those are the ones that people are checking out, right? Number 2 is that you can use at least 10 hashtags in your stories. Hey, Resilient Thorn, how are you? Better Ideas Design. Hi, welcome. Hopefully I have a pen and paper. My name is Devon Adana. I'm the CEO of Hello Tobago and on HT Biz Island. I like to pour the tea when it comes to using Instagram for Caribbean businesses. Tonight, we are talking about, what are we talking about? Stories. I know, stories engagement. How to use stickers for better stories engagement. Hey, Arturo, how are you? How you doing? We missed you this year. I know. Maybe next year. Oh, gosh, right? Okay, so we're talking about using these stickers and we're talking about using hashtags in your story specifically, right? So I suggest that once you use this hashtag sticker, did you know that you could use about 8 to 10 more hashtags on your stories? I bet you didn't know that. Yes, you can, right? So you could use 8 to 10 hashtags on your stories, but I suggest that you use 8 other hashtags that are within that 500 to 800,000 kind of bracket, right? So you could use those as well for even more visibility, all right? So make sure you're using your hashtag. The thing I want you to walk away with here is use hashtags in your stories. If you're trying to get more eyes, more people to see your stuff, use at least 8 other hashtags. All right? Now, in order to get these hashtags, you don't tap that same hashtag sticker 8 times. You have to actually come out of the sticker area, go into the area where you could manually type them and manually type in hashtag and then whatever the word is or hashtag that you're trying to rank for, okay? Number 4 is the GIF, right? And it used to be GIF, then it's GIF. Me no know, me not christen them, but you need to use them, right? They're very important. And there's so many unique and special ways to use the GIF, right? Here are 3 of my favorite ways. One is to prep people for what is coming next, right? So let's say you're telling them something in one story and you want to let them know like, hey, tap to the next story to get this other piece of information. Or as I told you yesterday, you're creating a beginning, middle, and an end with your content, right? Stories is about storytelling. So you can't tell the whole story in 15 seconds. So you might say, first 15 seconds, second 15 seconds, third 15 seconds. Let them know that there's more to the story. So, you might want to say, tap for next story, swipe to see the next story, swipe to see the answer to this question, things like that, right? So prepare them. Don't just let them, because sometimes you catch the person from a hashtag, right? So if you got them, if they came from a hashtag, they're not going to automatically see the next story unless you hashtag that next story with the same hashtag. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. So let's say you have 3 hashtags, right? Or 3 stories that you want to post. But you use one type of hashtag on this one, a whole next type of hashtag on this one, and then a different hashtag on this one. Yes, you'll get more eyes, but they'll only come in at a piece of the story. They wouldn't get the whole thing. So wherever they come in, you may want to tell them, hey, tap the next story for wherever, or go back to the next story to see this thing. So I love using GIFs like that. So what you do is you go into, this is gold. That's right. Ooh, that's gold. I'm just saying. There's a reason why it's yellow, okay? Right? But yes. So, so you want to prep them for what's happening. So you have to think about these things, this strategy, right? Strategy. The second thing that I like to do is I like using GIFs to direct people's attention on when I'm on the story itself. So sometimes it may be something like, turn up the volume so you could listen. So you could easily find a GIF that tells you that. When you go into GIF, you type in a word and all the GIFs underneath that, or at least the most popular ones, sometimes not all the GIFs, it's the most popular GIFs or the ones that people are using on the platform currently will show up, right? So when these show up, you could decide which one you want to use. So there may be ones that tell you, hey, turn up the volume so you could hear this, right? Or you may say to them, tap on something, tap here to get further information about XYZ. Hey, Marshall Flips, how are you? Welcome, welcome, right? So yeah, so that's how you want to be using your gifts. The third way that I like to use gifts is to hide my location and my hashtags. People don't need to be knowing all the hashtags that you're using. They don't need to know which location you're trying to send this to. So you can neatly and nicely hide all of those things behind a GIF, right? So nobody would ever know, right? They'd just be like, okay, cool. Like they'll just see the GIF, and for them, when they experience it, they won't see any of the behind the scenes stuff. And that's one of my favorite ways to use gifts. The next one, number 5. Hey, Confident Lips, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything is well, right? The next way is with polls. Polls allow the viewer to choose between two things, right? So it's like between A or B, or yes or no, right? But the secret to polls for me is not using it, right, to actually do yes or no. Forget the yes or no. Don't use the yes or no that they give it. That's just the default. You could actually go in there and change it to what you want, right? So instead, try thinking about how people in everyday speaking or everyday language on your island may answer yes or no to a question. So they might say yes, or no, right? If you're in Trinidad and Tobago, if you're in other islands, you know what your people would say. You could use that for that. No, or they might say no, sir, if they're in Jamaica, right? But yes, you know, understand? So you have to know your people. You have to know what they're about, so that when you change these, they make sense to them, right? Now, the other way I could use this is with this or that questions. And this one, my favorite. Okay, I love a good this or that question, right? Now, what you're doing here is basically forcing the viewer to choose between two things, right? So let's say you are a photographer and you put up a picture you've taken at the beach on one side, and then you put another one that is the river on the other side. The poll question then becomes, right, where would you rather have your next birthday shoot? Would it be river backdrop or would it be beach backdrop? You see? And this could work for any type of business. This could work for Confident Lips. This could work for Take a Taste caterers, right? This could work. No doesn't matter what you're doing, you could do this. Caterers, you could put up 2 different hors d'oeuvres or whatever you want them to choose between, and just decide, hey, this one or that one. Confident Lips could be like, which kind of what is it? The lip gloss do you prefer? This one or that one? So force them to make a decision by giving them 2 things. And the human brain, usually, we like when it comes at us like that. It's like, oh, which one? I don't know, which one? You know what I mean? It kind of, because it's 15 seconds long, so they know they have to make the decision quick, right? So you want to use, and here's the other part. This comes with a question that says, type your question here or something like that, right? The poll question. I don't even use that. I just immediately change the default from yes or no to what I wanted to. And then you could write your question using your branding and your colors. Yeah. You don't have to use the question plain Jane like they've done it, or you don't even have to use the question at all. Sometimes the poll question gives them exactly what they should be how they should be thinking about this thing, right? So you don't need to put in a question to give them any extra thing to think about. Just give them the 2 options, bam, bam, give me the answer, right? Okay, so let's talk about questions. Number 6 is question, the question sticker. Now, these could be really, really tricky, right? Because a lot of times business owners tend to keep these too vague and open-ended, right? And sometimes it's because we are not clear on what the pain point of our ideal customer actually is. Instead, we try to say, ask me anything. Don't do that. This ain't your personal page where they're gonna be like, "Ooh, so who's your boyfriend or who is this?" Don't go that route, right? Try to focus their attention on your industry, on your product, on your service, right? So here is how you do. So don't say things like, "What you doing? How are you doing today?" That's a waste. That's a waste, right? Instead, try asking them, what's your biggest pain point or what's your biggest problem with finding the right lip gloss, or what is your biggest problem with booking a photographer? You understand? So get deep into what their pain point actually is. Don't just leave it kind of open so, right? So let's say you sell island tours or reef tours. The question might be, what kind of music should we play on your next tour, right? And of course, you can have a video with some, a buju or whatever music playing in the back, right? And give them, leave the open space, let them type in, oh, you need to play this song on your reef or that song, this song, and let them get into it, right? Think about questions that would get you to answer. What question would get you to answer that is in line with your brand, but still focuses on what you're actually selling? Hey, I love Tobago TT. How you doing? Take a taste. You say was missing. That is all right. That is all right, right? Confident lips. You having a ball over there laughing, right? Right. So, and if you find sometimes that you're not getting answers on the question, here what you could do, right? You could log out. When I say log out, log into one of your other accounts. So I know all business owners just have a next account. They feel I don't know about you, or they have a own personal account that they'll be telling nobody about, right? Yeah, I know. And you could answer the question from that account. Nobody's gonna know, right? There's not like this TikTok where it's like, they're gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. They're gonna know. No, they're not gonna know. They're not gonna know that you are the one who answered the question. When you share it out, when you share the response, it will simply look like a response. It will not say, oh, she logged out from her account and went to the other account and answered the question. No, it will not, right? And the reason you're doing this is that sometimes people does need to see other people in the pool in order to jump in, right? So it's not because you're trying to, kind of fake the answers, but these may be answers you yourself had before you started selling and getting into this industry. So it's a questionnaire, but they may not have the confidence to ask it. And confident lips, you know about that, right? They don't have the confidence to ask it. So you are just helping them along by letting them see that it's okay to answer the question, right? So feel free to try that one and see if you get more engagement on it when you do that, right? Number 7, when it comes to the stickers, is countdown. Now, I know I love a good countdown. The countdown clock is my bait, all right? Now, this one could be really, really powerful. Now, if you are going live or you have a new product about to be released, I think Confident Lips had used this when they were using the ambassador program, right? The Confident Lip brand ambassadors. They had a countdown for when things were kind of coming out, right? And trust me, it could be really, really powerful, but here's why. The countdown clock has 2 features behind it, right? They are that you could share the countdown clock, right? So somebody could tap on the countdown clock and share it to their stories. And the other one is that they could set a reminder for when this thing is happening from the countdown clock. So the secret here with the countdown clock is that you might need to educate your followers a little bit about what's happening with the countdown clock. So I love to tell you, tap the countdown clock for a reminder, right? Or you might say, save the countdown clock, share this countdown clock to your stories so that your people know about this. Because sometimes you might have, so let's say that I had a boutique, right? And I know that Confident Lips is coming out with their lip stuff, right? Confident Lips might reach out to me and say, hey, I would love if you shared my countdown clock to your people because I have a boutique that serves the exact audience that Confident Lips is trying to go after, right? So as long as the business owner is open to that, right? Where's the harm in asking? Ask the question. Don't be afraid to ask these questions. Hey, would you share the countdown clock to your stories? Because why? It's the same person. I'm not your direct competition, right? I'm not selling clothes, but we're serving the same audience, and I would love to get your audience lips as supple and as sexy as you get them when they are dressed head to toe. See? Okay? All right. Number 8. Number 8 is this slider. And the slider is a very simple way to gauge what your audience likes. Okay? And I love this slider because it's just so easy. So let's say again, you own a boutique, right? You slip in a few sliders here and there asking, kind of, well, you don't even have to ask them anything. And that's why I like most of the slider. You don't have to ask nothing, especially if you use the right slider. So if you use the fire slider, right? Let me say you own the boutique and you put up a nice outfit or whatever. The fire slider is how fierce do you think this is, right? Slide to the fierceness. Give me a scale of 0 to fire. How fierce this thing is. So I love this slider because it's very easy and a lot of people like to kind of easily slide it away because it's such a simpler way to gauge your audience and understand what they like. And the thing about knowing what your audience likes is that you could do more of that, right? A lot of times as the business owner, we just think, oh, they're gonna like this boy. I'm bringing this top here because I know they're gonna like it. When they come, crickets, okay? If I'm running a boutique, me, I'm bringing nothing unless they say, oh God, I really want that boy. I love that. And I tell my boutique clients this all the time. Forget what you think. Put up the thing in your stories, find out what they like, and then order that, okay? You want to know what they like because you want to do more of it. Number 9 is the quiz. Handmade suds, you just having a good time laughing with it. All right, and better ideas. Okay, I want you to know. All right, so number 9 is your quiz, right? The quiz, now with quizzes, you could give multiple choice questions, right? It is about multiple choice questions and multiple choice answers. So I saw a very fun use of the quiz, I think it was yesterday, where this business asked if their viewers knew these fun facts about their products. So I think they sell oils or something like that. So it was questions like, which oil is better to use on your face? And they gave 3 options and, people choose which one was the right one. Sometimes you might do a quiz that doesn't really have any right answer. So you kind of fishing for answers from them, okay? And if it doesn't have a right answer, let them know that on outside of the quiz. Once you've put in all your options in the quiz and you come back out to the story and you see the quiz there, create a little, write a little something that says, hey, the quiz, there's no right answer. Any answer you give is the right answer. Just kind of letting them know. A lot of times you want to kind of clear up any misunderstandings when you're using the stickers. That's the kind of way you need to be thinking about this, right? So the other thing is make sure that you have the correct answer green checked, right? So they will ask you which answer is the right answer, and so you check the right one, right? Nothing worse than getting, let's say you put up a quiz and it goes viral and everybody's like, oh my God, people answering like that, answering, and you have checked the wrong answer. I'm speaking from experience here. I could tell you this happens sometime. Please so make sure that you check the correct answer. Listen, people. There are some lies about stories that Caribbean business owners need to stop believing and need to stop telling themselves in 2021. Tomorrow, that is exactly what I'm going to be talking about and what we're going to be covering. 7 p.m. Vlogmas every night in December, at least for the first 25 days, right? Every first 25 nights, I will be here answering your questions about Instagram marketing for Caribbean business owners. If you have not yet joined the email list, we're waiting on. Send me a DM and say, add me to the list so I could send you the link and you could sign up. If you're watching me on YouTube, all you have to do is tap the first link. It's right there and you're inside, okay? Gifts will be dropping and you do not want to be outside. So make sure you DM me the words, get on the list. Listen, this is your cue to save this live right now. And if you're on YouTube, make sure that you're liking, sharing, and commenting so that I know, and we let the algorithm know that you love content like this. Stay tuned for the next video.